Welcome to A Line Through Time, where I take the time to look through your favourite franchises and work out how it all lines up. I was going to save this one until April, but I can't let this idiocy go on that long. Plenty of people, let's call them cowards, have a fundamental misunderstanding of the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Multiverse timeline. There are a few theories on how it all fits together, with versions featuring Zelda-style branching timelines, time travel, and even offshoot timelines where Tony gets really into racing for some reason. Most of these were created prior to the announcement of the recently released Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 HD Remix The Story So Far all in one package, but while I've yet to see any of these timelines updated to include it, I've seen discussion of the topic stray into an unfortunately inaccurate direction. What many people seem to be missing is that, while remakes do tend to replace the original in the canon, as with Resident Evil, the latest Tony Hawk remake features skaters as they are in 2020, not as they were from 1999 to 2000. This is clearly an entirely separate timeline where things didn't get going until the modern day, similar to how Shin Godzilla ignored the original 1954 Godzilla and had the kaiju's existence become known in 2016 instead. However, the more pressing detail that I regularly see being left out is that there is another important series that has heavy ties to the Tony Hawk canon. In the second game, SpiderMan is an unlockable character due to developer Neversoft also making 2000 Spider-Man. In said game, Spidey can be heard saying,
"Tony Hawk, hey, I skated with that guy."
As such, it's clear that Spidey's cameo in Thups 2 is canonical, setting Neversoft's Spider-Man in between the events of Pro Skater 2 and 3. This opens a whole other can of worms, as that series branches off into two timelines of its own. Spider-Man 2 The Sinister Six is one, and Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro and Spider-Man Mysterio's Menace make up the other. Additionally, the what if mode of the two main entries is set in its own separate timeline where events play out in a more random and comedic style. This may even extend out to X-Men 2 Wolverine's Revenge and X-Men Mutant Academy 2, and by extension the latter's prequel and its successor, Next Dimension, all of which were published by Activision, and the former two featured cameos by Spidey still using his Spider-Man Unlimited voice actor Reno Romano. How exactly the 3 or 4 Spidey timelines connect to the Tony Hawk multiverse, I'll leave to the experts on the Birdman lore. Be sure to bring up this subject whenever you see discussion of the timeline leaving out these key details that are required to prevent the entire timeline from falling apart like a session of Pro Skater 5. If you liked this video, why not subscribe and support me on Patreon like these fine people here? If not, then make sure to share it with your enemies so they can suffer along with you. Today's recommended video is why Spider-Man, Wolverine and Iron Man were in the Tony Hawk games by Panels to Pixels. I kinda have to shield this one because that's where I stole a bunch of the footage from. It's also a good video, just to be clear. Ow.